Good morning, everyone. It's Sunday. Happy Sunday. How are you? I hope you guys are having an amazing day. I am just jumping on here. It's been a minute since we've talked about the beauty world, and you know, with the dust settling on Dramageddon, maybe a little bit, I wanted to check in with this world to see if there is a way for them to survive everything that's gone on in the past few months. And there's some interesting things that I'm noting here as I'm looking through the information, as I'm finding, watching videos, as I'm getting sort of an understanding of what's going on in this world. And before we even get started, I just wanted to show you something that I think is actually hysterical. A couple days ago, Nick Snider from The Viewer's Voice and Rich Lux, both of whom have channels that are far larger than mine and should be not concerned with what I'm doing, had this on their stream. Yep, that's a crystal ball. In the beginning of a video about James Charles quitting YouTube because of Jeffree Star, that's their theory, they brought out a crystal ball and they said, we've got a crystal ball today. Some people are without a crystal ball, but we always have ours. Thanks, Rich and Nick, for the free promo. I don't know why you guys still care what I'm doing, but as long as you can put my name out there, I really appreciate it. Isn't that weird, you guys? I think it's weird. Anyways, in the video, these two folks were talking about James Charles and how James Charles is having some difficulties since his return to YouTube. Which, you guys, come on, let's be honest. He had a really rough May. He had millions of people accusing him of things that he didn't do. He lost millions of subscribers in days. He had accusations thrown left and right. He was running for his life. He had to cancel his sister's tour as a result of it. He lost a lot of money. He took a full month off of YouTube. He was done. And to this day, James is still he's struggling to find his groove, let's just say. These two turkey faces, I don't even know what you call them, they're a T channel. They were talking about how they believe that James Charles, they shared a Snapchat that James shared. And in the Snapchat, James was talking about how he's struggling to find his way. He's still dealing with anxiety. He is not at a place yet where he's ready to upload 2 videos a week. He's feeling sort of lost. He doesn't have the inspiration that he once did. He's dealing with anxiety, and he's just kind of struggling at this point to kind of figure out where to go. All right. Now, I reached out to James's camp, and I asked them, because these guys levied some pretty it's this way. Wait, this way. I gotta change. I'm so used to going. These two levied some really serious allegations in there. Now, of course, they said it. This is our opinion. They're of the belief that because James is no longer friends with Tati and he's no longer friends with Jeffree Charles, these two are of the belief that he's just lost all of his creativity, and because he doesn't have sorry, I was just checking something. These two seem to believe that his friendships, because they've declined with Jeffree Star along with Tati, that's the reason why James is having a, rough go of it. Interesting theory. Although I'd say that's probably not the accurate theory. It's probably more that James is struggling because he's still dealing with the after effects of what happened in May. Those are some pretty big allegations, of which these two continue to push and to their masses by calling James a predator, by hosting videos where they accuse James of consistently lying, and where they also discuss all of the nasty things James continues to do without proof. So I would say that James' hesitation might have very little to do with Jeffree and Tati. When I reached out to James's camp, they told me he is not planning to quit YouTube, and his issues have absolutely nothing to do with Jeffree and Tati's friendship ending, but rather he's just struggling to get back into the groove after everything that happened, and he's just trying to find his feet and feel comfortable and not feel so anxious anymore. And I think that's fair. The dude went through a lot in the last few weeks, or the last couple months. But either way, Nick and Rich will always throw out their conspiracy theories about what they think is going on in the beauty community. And they're entitled to have their opinions. Not all opinions are right. Okay. But again, thank you guys so much for shouting out without a crystal ball. So now, when I was thinking about everything that's been going on with this community, I was like, what's the deal here? Can we resolve? Are we like are YouTube viewers like feeling like Dramageddon exhaustion? Are they feeling tired? Are they feeling exhausted by the constant drama, by the fact that beauty is supposed to be about beauty and not about drama, the fact that like there should be less to do with like who is hating on who and what relationships are blowing up, and whether or not that is, than actually just watching the tutorials, getting advice on hair, looking at makeup, getting reviews. I mean, isn't that what the beauty community is supposed to be about? Right? Just like honest, like beauty, right? I like beauty. Everyone loves beauty. I mean, most people like beauty. So now, so here's the thing, you guys. Beauty isn't just about, like, beauty shouldn't really be about drama. You know, when you're going onto a site, I think part of the problem with some of these channels is users and viewers are starting to have a lack of trust in people that they really believed were being truthful with them. People are starting to realize that the products that are being sold to them are not what they seem. People are realizing that every swipe left, swipe up, or any of that will earn these beauty influencers money. There's been allegations that they receive money for reviews. There's been allegations they receive money for negative reviews. There's been tons of levied complaints regarding failure to disclose with the FTC. And then there's the barrage of products that are constantly thrown in our faces anytime we're just trying to watch a video about eyeshadow. Now, I get it. Some people do trust their beauty influencers, but a new study that was actually released earlier this month by the mobile marketer found that beauty influencers' engagement rates are actually at an all-time low. So what they found was that this is what the summary says, is Instagram influencers have seen their engagement rates hover near all-time lows as the Facebook-owned app becomes overcrowded with sponsored posts, per a study that from the analytics firm Influencer DB shared with Mobile Marketer. The engagement rate for sponsored posts fell to 2.4% in Q1 2019 from 4% 3 years earlier, while the rate for non-sponsored posts slid to 1.9% from 4.5% for the comparable periods, which means that even though somebody's only got, say someone has 16 million viewers or subscribers, their engagement rates are really low, you guys. 1.9% on just a photo that they share. Down from 4.5%. So the heyday of the influencer, or the huge influencer that we know of, is ending, which means that there's a shift in the market is coming. And what we're seeing on YouTube is the natural economical reaction to that shift. And what marketers are actually telling people to do now is to stop focus their energy on micro and nano influencers, because micro and nano influencers actually have the highest engagement rates and will provide them the highest return of investment in terms of the amount of sales they will get for what they have to pay the influencer to sponsor the product. So what they also found is that the engagement rate for influencers with at least 10,000 followers is steady at about 3.6%. Influencers with 5,000 to 10,000 followers have an average engagement rate of 6.3%, and those with a following of 1 to 5,000 have the highest rate at 8.8% per influencer. The reason is that smaller audiences and smaller, people with smaller communities tend to have more loyal fans, more loyal fans, followers, subscribers. People trust them. And the influencers have a closer relationship with their base. I'm not an influencer, but I will say I'm not a big person by any means. You can look at my numbers on Facebook and over on YouTube and everywhere. And I would say that as you get big, the biggest struggle is being able to keep up with comments and stay engaged and stay connected. The bigger you get, the further away you become from those average people that help build who you are. And so I could see why this would happen. When you have 16 million followers on Instagram or on YouTube, it's pretty impossible for you to actually engage with even a fraction of those people. You would be spending every hour of every day trying to answer messages. So it says that the engagement rate for every industry category of influencer has declined in the past year. Travel influencers, who typically have the highest engagement rates, have seen an average drop to 4.5% this year from 8% in 2018. They also observed declines for influencers in beauty, fashion, food, lifestyle, sports, and fitness. So why are people not engaging with these influencers? Because it says the engagement rates for influencer content are declining because Instagram feeds have gotten cluttered with sponsored posts. While influencers with more than 10,000 followers may help to reach a broader audience, marketers may see better engagement by working with multiple nano influencers who have a smaller reach among highly dedicated followers. The average number of influencers used in a campaign is 726, according to a separate study by InfluencerDB, indicating that marketers are working with nano influencers to build scale among a wider group of Instagram users. However, the sheer number of sponsored posts may be decreasing their overall engagement and effectiveness. So what's happening is you get better engagement with the smaller nano influencers, but then you're getting more of these posts in their feeds, and people are just not clicking because they're seeing these ads everywhere. And a lot of times, you guys, when you're on these sites, the last thing that you want to do is feel like you have to buy something every time you turn around. Excuse me. I know a lot of times for me, as soon as I see a sponsored post, I'm just like, peace out. Because if I'm on Instagram or if I'm on YouTube, really the last thing I want to be doing is thinking about buying something. I'm usually there to escape if I have a bill to pay or if there's something going on in my life, and I don't want to have to spend more money. And everybody is selling something. Everybody. So, the thing is with the decline, the natural decline now and the overcrowding of the market, we're going to see a shift. And we knew that this influencer way of life wasn't going to last forever. I also think the scandals that are created by the larger influencers are not helping issues either, because when the scandals break, people start to not trust the people that are selling the products. Think of all of the beauty influencers in the past few years that have done collaborative palettes or lipsticks or face palettes or eyeshadow palettes or blushes or whatever. And then think of those that have tried to launch makeup lines. You've got Makeup Geek, you have Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics, you have Jeffree Star. You've had collaborations that have been done by Manny MUA, Jaclyn Hill, James Charles. There's all of these people that are putting out stuff all the time. So it feels like there's a new launch every day. And in the world of makeup, even if you love makeup incredibly, there's only so much makeup the average person needs. Additionally, a lot of the looks that are put together by these people are not put together for the average user. That's another thing. If you're looking to a glam beauty influencer like, say, James Charles or Tati or Jeffree to put together a look for you that's going to translate into the real world, it's pretty hard. The average woman that is working in a business suit or, going into the office, or even the average man that wears, if they wear makeup, there's no way they're going to be able to wear any of these dramatic colors. We need practical solutions that are still like vibrant day looks, not night looks. And let's be honest, once you get to a certain point, most of us don't have night looks because we don't go out. So I think there's been an overabundance of glam gurus that have made the market so overrun with cosmetics. And I was actually recently in Sephora, which is one of my favorite stores. I've been trying out some different products, just trying to get used to different things. I think I told you last month I was struggling with my Urban Decay mascara, and I tried a new one, so that's why I was there. Sorry for digressing there. But while I was talking to the women that worked there, they were talking about all of the beauty influencers and all of them having to constantly unload a new cosmetic line. Oh, I'm sorry. Kylie has hers. I forgot about Kylie. Okay. And she said, there's so many cosmetic lines. There's literally no room for cosmetic lines anymore. There's literally no room. There's not a market for more cosmetic lines. You have staple cosmetic lines that have been in the world forever. Like if you're going for luxury products, you have Estee Lauder, you have Dior, you have Clinique, you have NARS, you have Makeup Forever, Anastasia, companies that have been around for a long time that put together really good products. Marc Jacobs. There's lots of very quality products out there by high-end designers that put together really good products. I mean, in terms of their best sellers, I asked them who are some of the best products that are sold here, and they said the most common are NARS and Makeup Forever, and it's because they stick to classic colors, classic palettes that every woman can wear, that a woman can wear makeup without having the over makeuped look and then still look like themselves. And that's the thing. Some of these makeup companies are putting out stuff you're never going to wear in the real world. So they're going to have a shelf life, and only so many 17-year-olds are going to buy products. And if you have 7 people selling products, there's a mass competition. And with mass competition means a lot of these companies are going to fail. And I think you're seeing that. You've seen pushback with companies like Makeup Geek, with Juvia's Place, with Jaclyn Cosmetics, with Jeffree Star Cosmetics. And there's been a lot of issues with launches in nearly all of these products. And the days of beauty influencers being able to make mistakes are over. They're under the microscope. There are drama channels. There are tabloids. There are journalists watching their every move. And so when they do make mistakes, it's front page news, or it's on Us Weekly, it's in Radar Online, it's on all the drama channels on YouTube, it's on Entertainment Tonight, it's on Inside Edition. I mean, hell, the stuff with James and Tati made it onto NBC News and CNN. Jaclyn Hill's stuff made it onto NBC and CNN. There's just so much controversy in this industry now that everything has gotten to a point where there's too many products, there's too many people, and there's not enough trust. So that had me thinking about what has, we know that Halo Beauty saw a large spike in viewers, or in an increase, let's say, of views following the drama, where she called out James. Well, I pulled up her information on SimilarWeb to see just like what's going on with her company. And you can see here that her views are down. So this was in May. The peak is in May, and then back it towards left to right, you can see that it's all the way down in June. You can see that her traffic is down quite a percent. Like Wikipedia's is down 98%. Her top search items are all down. Everything on Halo Beauty is down because all of those sales were manufactured from drama. They weren't natural sales in the market. People weren't buying that because they were like, oh, I need this product, I have to have it, which means that when she launched her newest vitamin, she didn't see the uptick in sales that maybe she was hoping to see. So Halo Beauty's views are, as a whole, their website views are down, which means her sales are going to be down from the peak of what she saw in May. But again, those were artificial purchases based on people feeling sympathy for her based on a manufactured dramatic issue that she had with a friend. So now, this also had me thinking about the overall views within the community. How are these influencers, like, what is this translating to in terms of their views on YouTube? So I pulled up a lot of stuff. Now, Marlene Estelle has been in the news a lot, or on YouTube, in everyone's drama for about a month now. She got really feisty when she was talking about the Jaclyn Hill stuff. She got in that drama. She was demanding recalls. She did a video called Dear Influencers. She's been critical of this industry as a whole. She wants things to get back to a different place. And then in the middle of all of this, there were accusations from other influencers, a very micro influencer named Mel Ray Stiegel, that she used her and she unauthorized used her photo for 3 years, and she never agreed to that. And Marlena brought it up in her video, which ultimately made Mel Ray feel like she had to defend herself, and that created drama. But all of this was right before she was launching a new show on YouTube, which, as you can see in the views over here, isn't translating. She's launched Beauty and the Boss, and she doesn't get views. It's a premium YouTube show. Her first episode had like 50,000 views. So it's hard to believe when people are doing stuff why they're doing it. And the best way to get interest in your brand is by creating drama. So Marlena's views, as you can see, I mean, she had 25,000 views according to this on Saturday. Okay, you guys, I had 24,000 views on Saturday, and I have 6,000 subscribers. She has over 1 million. I'd say that people are pretty over Marlena. I have 6,000 and 24,000 views. She has 1,025,000 views. So, and I'm not saying that to brag. I'm just telling you, like, from my own like statistics, her views should be way higher given the fact that she has content on there that's new and the fact that she is such a large page. Then you have Glam Life Guru, who is losing subscribers every single day, as you can see. Her average subscriber loss in the last month is 3,500. She has lost over 105,000 in the past 30 days. Her views are also not what they were in May. Her new low uploads are getting anywhere from 800,000 to 1 million views. Not what she was doing before. She even uploaded a video with Jessica Alba, and even that didn't get the kind of traction that she probably had hoped for. Her biggest video to date since she's come back was related to her review of Jeffree Star's Jawbreaker, but everything else that she's doing isn't really being as well received. People just aren't very interested. I think there is, at this point, some point of this is there's a factor of just watching her for the drama to see like if she's going to say something. And as no drama is happening, or as people realize, oh, she's not what I signed up for, people are like continuing to leave her. And I think a lot of people have no longer trust her given what had happened in May. So she'll continue losing like this. I have no doubt that she will continue to lose subscribers into the next year. I mean, I don't think that Tati's career is really going to be rebounded to what it was. I don't think it'll be at that peak. I just don't see it happening. Now, this is Jeffree Star. Jeffree Star, he's just been sort of this anomaly. He almost seems like he's been untouched in this whole process. But his views as a whole are still trending up. So somehow Jeffree can still maintain views. I don't know why. I don't know how. But Jeffree also puts a lot of personal content on his page. So I think people are connected to him, even if he does a review. But then he also does like family stuff. And then he brings in his drama. And I think, again, for Jeffree, a lot of these views are not necessarily fans, but more so individuals that are watching for the what is Jeffree going to say factor. Then you've got Jaclyn Hill. Now, Jaclyn is like, she hasn't uploaded anything in months. She's deleted her Instagram. She's deleted her Twitter. She's gone. And obviously her channel is dead. She's getting, 50,000 views a day. She's got 6 million, almost 6 million YouTube subscribers. She hasn't put up any new content in over a month. She's losing subscribers every single day. And even she's only losing, she's not even losing that many a day given what had happened. But it's still interesting that Tati has lost more. And Jaclyn's lipstick issue is probably 20 times worse. But whatever. And then you have James Charles. And James has been doing... he's been doing good. His videos have been doing well. I don't think his video views are getting the same as what they were, but he's still having positive views he's still having positive subscription additions every day. He's added 205,000 new subscribers in the last month. He's had 41 million views in the last month. But even James is struggling at this point because he's not feeling inspired. He's feeling anxious. He doesn't know if this is what he wants to do. Yesterday, his video was him playing video games. So I think even James is at this crossroads, and he even said in his video, is the beauty community dead? Are we over? Is this done? And I think the beauty community as we know it is done. I think it's going to shift. I think it's going to change. I think you're going to see new creators. I think the viewers are speaking right now, and they're saying, we want something different. They've also had the chance to get a lot of people out that have been problematic. And I'll just put this out there. I don't really watch any of these people. I've just had covered this story. So I would say as a whole, I think we're just seeing a shift, you guys. And I know I've already said that, but I think right now this would be a really good time for up-and-comers to start making their way. It seems like what's currently there has people extremely bored, not interested. I think viewers in the beauty community are burnt out by the drama. I think some of these people just want to get tips for beauty. And I think if that's the case, I think what you could do is instead of supporting some of these larger influencers, consider finding beauty videos by these smaller micro, or not even micro, just ones that have a couple 100,000 or maybe under 100,000. There are some really amazing people that are actually makeup artists, licensed makeup artists, that give great tutorials. And I think that's the other thing, is a lot of times these people that are beauty influencers don't really know anything about makeup. So keep that in mind when you're looking at these really large influencers who are just like random celebrities that like makeup. Find some influencers that actually have backgrounds or are licensed makeup artists and see what they can offer you instead. You might actually get some better tips and some better practices for what you want to do. And they're probably not going to try to sell you everything. Now, in terms of, is the beauty community over? I don't know. People love drama. People are always going to want and tune into drama. I see like the honeymoon is over, you guys. We have been over the honeymoon and we're done. And I think the amount of tea channels that hold these people accountable has also shifted what these people can get away with. I think the critical eye of the media on this community has also changed. And then I just think that the market right now is overflooded. And I don't think you need to actually like go on YouTube to get advice on beauty. You know what? You know who gives me the best tips for makeup and for like my friends? Hell, my hairstylist is a licensed makeup artist. So I talk to her and I say, what do you like? What are the products that you're into right now? And I trust her. So find someone that you know in the real world that can help you if you have questions about makeup. Go to Sephora. Hell, there's so many places where you can get information and it doesn't have to be on YouTube. If you can like watch YouTube videos and just take it with a grain of salt and notice and understand that these people aren't like untouchable, they're not queens, they're imperfect people. They're also there to sell you products. I think it'll be easier for you to sort of digest all of this information. Now, finally, I will say this. Jaclyn Hill's lipstick launch, I think, has really changed the game here. Now, I think what this has proved is that individuals that are now going to try to launch products or are going to put out cosmetics or are going to launch anything in the beauty industry are going to have to be very careful to watch all steps, ensure their product qualities are perfect, and also know that there's specific ways that people are expected to act when things don't go the way as planned. And I think if we've seen anything, Jaclyn Hill running and hiding is not how you should handle business problems. You should be forefront in dealing with everything. But a lot of times what's happening is these influencers, they put out a product, it drops, it's really bad, people hate it, there's tons of issues, and they yell at their customers, they get super defensive, and then they disappear. And that has made customers not trust them. So consider using products that are already established, or find independent people that aren't on Instagram that sell products. Go to Sephora, go to any major outlet store, or major, department store, go to Macy's, go to Nordstrom's, check out their, if a luxury makeup is what you want to do, go there. Hell, you can get some good stuff at Target and Walmart. L'Oreal, CoverGirl, Revlon, they all make quality makeup. I think we just need to get back to makeup being fun and makeup not being dramatic. So, and yes, makeup should not be growing fibers out of it. I want to know what your thoughts are. Do you think the makeup community will rebound? Do you think we're going to see a shift in what influencers are doing? Does this mean a new wave of influencers are coming up? Or is the influencer world as we know it coming to an end? I know for me, watching influencers get arrested in legal trouble constantly and then also creating and fabricating drama makes me not trust any of them, and makes me realize that in the world of influence, you're only as good as your trustworthy factor. And when many of them are constantly lying, you really don't know or can't trust any of them. So if you have anything that you'd like me to cover, contact me on Twitter at WOA Crystal Ball, or on Facebook at facebook.com/withoutacrystalball. I'm always interested in hearing your perspectives. Leave comments and I'll do my best to comment. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Ring the bell so you know I go live. And as always, make sure you share if you've enjoyed this. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.